This isn't goodbye because I stopped loving you. It's because I didn't. We were holding on to something that was slowly coming undone. Every word felt like a question, every silence weighed a ton. I could see it in your eyes, you were trying just like me. But sometimes love is not enough to be what it should be. And it hurts to understand what we never planned. I loved you enough to leave, even when I wanted to stay, even when every part of me was begging me to stay. 'Cause love is not just holding on when it's breaking underneath. Sometimes the hardest kind of love is knowing when to leave. Enough to leave. We were losing who we were, trying not to let it show. Every compromise we made was something we outgrew. And I couldn't be the reason you forgot yourself again. If I stayed, I'd only watch you fade into what we pretend. And I had to face the truth, even if it broke us too. I loved you enough to leave, not because I didn't care, but because I saw the parts of you that needed end. And I couldn't keep you close if it meant you couldn't breathe. Sometimes love is letting go of everything you need. Maybe love is not forever, maybe it's a lesson learned. Every time your heart is breaking, every time it burns. And I'll carry you in kindness, not regret or disbelief. 'Cause you were everything to me, and that's why I had to leave. I loved you enough to leave, and I'll always feel that way. Even if our story ends, it doesn't take the love away. I won't rewrite the ending or pretend we didn't need the kind of love that's strong enough to know when to leave. This isn't goodbye because I stopped loving you. It's because I didn't. I could have walked away, but I stayed. There were words that cut like silence. There were nights I couldn't sleep. Every tear I tried to hide was something buried deep. I remember how it felt when everything broke apart, like a crack I couldn't fix. There's a softness in your eyes now that I didn't see those days. And I know that healing's fragile and trust don't come back fast. But I see you trying harder, and I'm not living in the past. And I'm learning how to feel without the fear we used to know. Yeah, I chose to forgive you, even when it's hard to do. Every scar is just a reminder of what we made it through. And I won't rewrite our story just because it broke in two. 'Cause sometimes love gets stronger when it bends but still stays true. Maybe love is not about never falling down. Maybe it's the way you rise again and turn it back around. And I don't need a perfect ending, just a truth we both can see, that we're still here, still holding on to what we chose to be. Yeah, I chose to forgive you, and I do it all again. Not because it didn't break me, but because we didn't end. And I see you clearer now, through everything we've been through. 'Cause love is not just feeling, it's what you choose to do. I could have walked away, but I stayed. It didn't feel like meeting, it felt like remembering. You walked in and time got quiet, like the world just stepped aside. Every sound just faded into something pulling me inside. There was no need for a reason, no explanation I could find. But something in the way you looked at me felt older than this life, like a story I had lived before, in a dream I can't ignore. I swear I knew you before this moment, before this night, like your heart had touched mine in another life. And I don't know how it's true, but everything feels right, like I've been waiting all my life to find you in this time. We spoke like we were catching up, not like strangers in a room. Every word just felt so easy, like it always knew its cue. No hesitation in the silence, no pretending who to be, like the space between Something deeper than forever is the way you make me feel. Maybe love is not a first time, maybe it's a second chance. Something written long before us, waiting for the right moment to land. And if this is just beginning, why does it feel so sure? Like every road I ever walked was leading to your door. I swear I knew you before the stars aligned this way. Like your name was in my heart, I just couldn't say. And now the world makes sense somehow, in ways I can't ignore. 'Cause loving you feels like coming home from before. It didn't feel like meeting, it felt like remembering. No more question, no more why. I used to trace your shadow in every place I go. Every silence felt like waiting for something I don't know. But time has its own language, and I finally understand. Not every love is meant to stay, not every heart can land. And I don't feel the weight like I used to anymore. I'm letting go in peace, not because I have to, but because I'm free. Every memory we made is still a part of me, but it doesn't hold me back. I'm letting go. say their name, something I could never fake. There's a softness in your voice that no one else could ever take. And I know where I stand in the spaces in between. Just a quiet kind of feeling that was never meant to be seen. And I could try to change your mind, but love doesn't work that way. So I won't be the one who takes you from their arms. I won't be the reason you forget who you are. Even if it breaks me, even if I fall apart, I won't be the one who steals your heart. I won't. Every glance I try to hide, every word I hold inside, is a truth I've come to carry, not a battle I will fight. 'Cause love is not possession, it's not something you control. And if you're already someone's, then I have to let you go. And it hurts more than I'll say, but I won't stand in your way. So I won't be the one who turns your world around. I won't be the shadow when your light is already found. Even if I want you more than I've ever known, I won't be the one who makes you feel alone. Baby, love is not about getting what you need. Maybe it's the strength to walk away and let someone else be free. And I'll carry this in silence, like a truth I can't undo. But I'd rather lose you honestly than win you untrue. So I won't be the one who breaks what's not mine. I won't cross that line, even if it costs me time. And I love you from a distance where I don't have to pretend that some hearts are not meant to win. They're meant to understand. I see it in your eyes, and that's enough for me. For the longest time, I forgot who I was. I was given all my pieces to every love that couldn't stay. Every promise I believed in took a part of me away. I kept searching for a meaning in the arms of someone else. Never learned to hear the silence of a heart that needed help. I was lost in every us till there was no me to trust. Now I'm learning to love me in the quiet, in the pain. Every scar is just a story I don't have to hide away. I don't need to be completed. I was hoping for the fall. to love me. I forgive the girl who stayed when she should have walked away. Every tear she held inside, every price she had to pay. I don't need another rescue. I don't need to be defined by the echoes of a feeling that was never really mine. And for once I'm not afraid of the space I used to hate. Now I'm learning to love me in the light and in the dark. Every broken piece is shining like a map inside my heart. I don't need to chase forever. I don't need to prove it all. Now I'm finally understanding I was worthy through it all. Maybe love was never missing. Maybe I just couldn't see all the strength I kept inside me, waiting patiently for me. And I'm not who I was yesterday, but I'm finally who I am. Not a story left unfinished, but a truth I understand. Now I'm learning to love me every step, every breath, every version that I've been. Let me hear through all the rest. And I don't need forever promise. I've already found my way. 'Cause the love I kept on chasing was inside me all the way. To love me. I wrote your name more times than you'll ever know. Ink runs slowly on the paper, like the thoughts I couldn't say. Every word I never told you found a quieter way. I don't know your voice in person, but I know the way you feel. Through the lines you leave between them, something honest, something real. And it's strange how close a stranger can be. In the letters I never sent, in the words I always meant, there's a version of me with you that the world has never seen. And I don't know where you are, or if we'd be who we pretend. But somewhere in these pages, we don't have to end. Never sent, never sent. I imagine how you laugh at the things I overthink, how your silence would feel softer than the edges of ink. Maybe we're just perfect stories that were never meant to meet. Maybe distance keeps us honest, keeps this fragile, keeps it sweet. And I wonder every night if you feel this exist. Maybe love is not the ending. Maybe it's the place we write all the things we're too afraid to bring into the light. And if we never cross that distance, if we stay just words and lines, then at least we were a moment that was purely, quietly mine. In the letters I never sent, in the life that came and went, there's a part of me that found you without needing to pretend. And I don't regret the silence or the way it had to bend, 'cause somewhere in forever we were more than just pretend. I wrote your name more times than you'll ever know. We've been here before, haven't we? Same street, same quiet feeling, different hearts but still the same. Every step feels like a memory, every breath says your name. We were young and we were reckless, didn't know what love could be. Now the silence feels different, like it's asking us to see all the ways we let it go, all the things we didn't know. But this time we stay, we don't run, we don't break, we don't turn away from the love we couldn't take. Every tear, every mistake led us back here today. If we ever loved at all, then this time we stay. We stay. You don't look at me the same way. There's a calm inside your eyes, not the fire that burned too quickly, but the one that never dies. We don't need to say forever, we just need to meet right now. 'Cause the way your hand is holding mine feels stronger than a vow. And I see it in your face afraid of what could break, 'cause I know what it's like without you, and I won't make that mistake. Yeah, this time we stay. No more running from the flame. No more walking away when it's hard to say your name. We've been lost, we've been torn, we've been everything but safe. But if love still finds a way, this time we start. We stay. We've been here before. Now we choose it. We didn't have forever. Just one night. You were just a passing moment in a place I can't return. But the way you looked at me made the whole world slowly turn. No promises between us, no tomorrow to defend. Just a quiet understanding this would end before it ends. And I knew it from the start. Still I gave you all my heart. It was one night, a lifetime, in the way you held me close. Every second felt like forever, in a world we didn't know. And I don't regret a heartbeat, even knowing it would fade. Some loves don't need forever to change you in one day. One night, a lifetime. We didn't ask each other where we'd be when morning came. Didn't try to make it something, didn't try to give it a name. But in the silence after midnight, in the way your hand found mine, there was something more than fleeting. There was something undefined, and I felt it in my soul. Even letting go, it was one night, a lifetime. Every glance, every breath, like a story written somewhere. We were only meant to get, and I'll carry every moment like a light that never dies. Some loves only need a second to rewrite your whole life. Maybe love is not about how long it gets to stay. Maybe it's the way it finds you and transforms you anyway. Even if I never see you in another place or time, you'll be written in the version of myself you left behind. It was one night, a lifetime, and I felt it all at once. Every fear, every hope, everything I couldn't touch. And I'll never try to hold it or pretend it didn't shine. Some loves are just a moment, but they last your whole life. We didn't have forever. we had enough. We were never perfect, but maybe that's the point. You get quiet when it's heavy, I get lost inside my head. We don't always say it right, we don't always know what's said. There are nights we don't feel close, there are words we can't explain, but somehow in the distance we still find a way again. It's not easy, it's not clean, but it's honest in between. We're perfectly perfect. Every flaw, every scar, every piece that doesn't fit is exactly who we are. And I wouldn't change a moment, even when it gets too hard, 'cause loving you imperfectly is the most perfect part. Imperfect, but ours. We don't shine like in the movies, we don't always get it right, but you hold me when it matters. You don't walk away from fights. There's a beauty in the breaking, in the way we learn to bend. Not a love that's always easy, but a love that doesn't end. And I see it more each day, why we never walked away. We're perfectly imperfect. Every doubt, every truth, every time we fall apart, we come back with something new. And I don't need a fairy tale, I just need your honest heart, 'cause loving you imperfectly is the most perfect part. Maybe love is not perfection, maybe it's the choice we make. Every time it would be easier just to walk away and break. And I choose you in the chaos, in the silence, in the storm. Not because we're always right, but because we still hold on. We're perfectly imperfect, and I finally understand. It's not about forever flawless, it's about the way we stand. Through the cracks, through the truth, through every fragile part, loving you imperfectly is where I found my heart. We were never perfect, but we were real. We were never supposed to be, or maybe we always were. You were there in every chapter, every joke, every late night call. Never needed something greater, I just never saw it all. We were were safe in something simple, no risk to break or fall apart. I was looking for a fire while you were holding my heart. Funny how the truth can't hide in the place you feel most alive. You were right here all along. In every moment I got wrong. Every time I chased a spark, you were lighting up the dark. I was searching everywhere for a love already there. Now I see what I've been on. You were right here all along, all along, all along. I remember how you listened, like my words were worth the wait. Every silence had a meaning. I was always running late. You never tried to change me, never needed me to be anything but who I was. Now I know what that means, and it hits me all at once, what I had and what I lost. You were right here all along, in the place I felt most strong. Every time I fell apart, you were steady in the dark. I was reaching out for more while you stood beside my door. Now I know where I belong. You were right here all along. If I could turn the hands of time, I'd read between your lines. Every glance I brushed aside, every truth I let go by. But maybe love is learning slow, seeing what you didn't know. And if you're still out there somewhere, I just hope you know. You were right here all along, in the quiet, in the calm. Not a flame that burns and's gone, but the one that carries on. I was blind, but now I see what you always were to me. Even if it's sad too late, you were never a mistake. Right here. All no past, no future. We don't talk about forever. We don't promise what will be. There's a freedom in the silence when you're standing next to me. No expectations in your eyes, no need to understand. Just the rhythm of this moment and the way you hold my hand. And I don't need to know what comes next when I have this breath. Oh, right here, right now is all I need somehow. No tomorrow pulling me future. Just this. We walk past each other like nothing ever happened. Same street, different silence. No more words left to say, just two shadows passing by where we used to find our way. You didn't stop to look at me, I didn't call your name, but everything between us still burned beneath the same. Funny how forever ends without a sound. Now we're strangers with memories, walking different lives, with a past that still remembers what we tried to hide. Every laugh, every touch still echoes in between. Now we're strangers with memories of what we used to be. Strangers with memories. I still know the way you think, still know what you'd say, but I don't know how we got here or when we slipped away. Was it slow or all at once? Did we see it coming down? Or did love just lose its meaning somewhere we couldn't find? And I'd ask you if I could, but I don't think I should. And now we're strangers with memories of a love that felt so real, with a thousand little moments time can't help but steal. Every word, every tear still lives inside of me. Now we're strangers with memories of who we used to be. Maybe love doesn't always break, maybe it just fades away, turns into a quiet space where nothing knows your name. And I'd be lying if I said I don't feel you still sometimes, in the corners of my life, in the echoes of my mind. Now we're strangers with memories, but it meant everything. Every fall, every rise, every broken, beautiful thing. And I won't try to change it or pretend it didn't mean that we once were everything before we were just memories. We walk past each other like nothing ever happened. I still know your face, but but I don't know you anymore. You still move the same way, still say my name the same, but something in the silence doesn't feel like yesterday. There's a distance in your eyes that I can't reach or understand, like I'm holding on to someone who is slipping through my hands. And I keep trying to pretend we're still who we've always been, but you're not who I loved, not the one I knew before. There's a stranger in your shadow, standing where you stood, and I don't know when it happened or what we're holding on for, but you're not who I loved. Not anymore. Not anymore. I replay the old versions of the way we used to be. Every laugh, every moment, still alive inside of me. But memories don't match the present, and I can't force them to align. There's a truth I've been avoiding that's been breaking me in time, and I feel it slipping through every time I look at you. 'Cause you're not who I love, not the heart I recognized. There's a change I can't undo, no matter how I try. And I don't wanna lose you, but I don't know how to stay when the person that I'm loving is already gone away. Maybe love is not just holding, maybe it's the strength to see when the one you used to believe in is not who they used to be. And I wish I could go back, but time doesn't work that way. Some people don't just leave you, they slowly fade away. You're not who I loved, but I loved you that was real, and I'll carry every version of the way you made me feel. And I won't try to rewrite it or pretend it didn't matter, but I can't keep holding on to someone from the past. I still know your face, but I don't know you anymore. I thought I had more time. I was wrong. You were always there beside me, like a line I never read. Every moment felt so simple, I ignored what wasn't said. I would laugh and play it careless, like my heart was out of reach. Never thought the quiet feeling was something I should keep. And now I see it clear, what I should have said back then. But it's too late to tell you all the words I held inside. Every maybe, every almost, every time I let it slide. And I'd give anything to say I had something to lose. I still replay the conversations every chance I let go by, every silence I mistook for something passing by. And I carry every word that never made it out. Now it's too late to tell you how I felt in every way. Wasn't brave enough when it mattered most. Now I'm left with everything I never told. It's too late to tell you, but I hope somehow you knew. Every glance, every moment was quietly loving you. And I'll carry this forever, like a truth I can't undo. Some loves don't get spoken, they just pass through. I thought I had more time. I was wrong. We were stories left unfinished, different roads, different lives. Every almost, every distance, every tear we tried to hide. We were timing out of rhythm, we were fear we couldn't face. But something always pulled us back to the same familiar place. And every time we slipped away, we found our way back again. Through the nights we almost lost it, through the doubts we couldn't say, through the years of broken pieces, we finally stayed. No more running from the feeling, no more words were too afraid. After all the almost leaving, you in every lifetime, every version, every way. Not because it's always easy, but because we chose to stay. Through the nights we almost lost it, through the storms we couldn't tame, through the fire and the falling, we became everything we were afraid of, turned into the love we made. After all this time and distance, we finally stayed. We stayed. We stayed. We knew from the start, didn't we? There was something in the silence, in the way we couldn't speak, like a truth we tried to bury. Every time our eyes would meet, every touch was hesitation, every word we left unsaid, like a line we kept on crossing, in our hearts but not instead. We were dancing on a wire, between the wrong and the desire. We were never meant to be, but we felt like everything. Every moment, every heartbeat said you belong to me. And I hate the way it's true. There's no world for me and you, but if love is what we're feeling, then what are we supposed to do? Never meant to be, never meant to be. You would pull away so gently, like you knew what this would cost. Every step a quiet warning, every glance already lost. We could build a life in shadows, we could live between the lines, but a love that has to hide is just a matter of time. And I feel it slipping through every time I look at you. We were never meant to be, but you're still a part of me. Every dream I try to follow leads me back to where you'll be. And I know we can't pretend this is something that can end, 'cause some loves don't get a future, but they never really bend. Maybe love is not about what we get to keep. Maybe it's the one that finds you just to show you something deep. And I choose you in the darkness, even knowing how it breaks. Some hearts don't get forever, they just learn what